I'm Julie Richter.
And I'm Eric Chakowski.
And this is More Than Sunday, a weekly podcast where we take a deeper dive into the stories, themes, and questions of our faith.
We've been so encouraged hearing your excitement from Season 1 and the ways our guests inspired and impacted you. And we are so excited for Season 2 to drop on February 27th.
We have an incredible lineup of guests, including Matt Offski.
Healthy relationships are more correlated to happiness than anything else. Jesus told us to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Right there's this idea that there's three basic relationships that we need to tend to. If you're looking for happiness primarily in achievements, ambitions, material possessions, you could pour decades into those pursuits only to find out that that was largely, as Ecclesiastes would put it, meaningless.
Danielle Schroyer.
God is in relationship with us, and God is sticking with it. So when we awaken to that realization that no matter where we go, no matter what we believe, no matter what we do, God has decided to be in covenantal, deep relationship and love with us, we come home. This is the crazy mystery that we don't have to go running down God and convincing God to be part of our lives, that God made that decision way longer before we got here, that was going to be the way that God operated in all of creation. And so when we awaken to that, we start to learn not to reach for it, but to rest in it.
Dr. Thomas J Ord.
What brought me away from atheism and, quote, back to faith were the themes of love. I couldn't make sense of my deep intuitions that I ought to be a person who loves and other people ought to be loving people if there wasn't a God who grounded that intuition.
Kate Wallis Nunnally.
Every time Christ is called the head of the church, this authority and leadership language is missing. It's actually a servant role, not a leadership one. So we really think this is important to be faithful to the biblical witness, but also in the way that this is lived out for women. Because realistically, if you think women should have leadership in the church but not the home, how is that woman who's not considered equal in her home ever going to have leadership in the church?
J.D. Walt.
The great thing about this whole metaphor is that no one like a farmer knows that they're going to have to work really hard. And yet they know at the end of the day, it doesn't depend on them. God's the only one that can make things grow. So you constantly live in that dynamic of faith and work.
Andrew Greer.
I just think it's important to sit with one another. And I sure can hear a lot more about someone's life that I don't understand. And someone can sit with me and all the things they don't understand about my life and my choices or my decisions. Face to face, we can sit in that and be a lot more generous, gracious, merciful, and understanding of one another. And I think when we leave those conversations, because of the grace and mercy that's present with face-to-face conversations, we leave wanting to be different.
And so many more. We hope you'll continue to meet us in your car, at lunch, at the gym, at work, or wherever else you like to listen. As always, thank you for coming on this journey with us. We'll see you on February 27th.